welcome to Halloween Horror Events Podcast, where we talk about Halloween haunt events.
From Halloween Horror Nights to Howlow Screamin' Orlando, Florida, and Hollywood.
Plus epic horror events in the UK.
We bring you news, plus rumors, and our honest opinions.
Now over to the three hosts, Simon, Phill, and Joe. Well, that is if any of them decide to show up.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening or watching this. This is the HHE Podcast, and we're back once again for another information-filled episode of all the latest announcements from Halloween Horror Nights. So, I won't go and waffle on too much. I have got my partner in crime, Mr. Phill. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody in the ethos of out there, of the world, of everything what's going wrong. How are you?
I think we're everyone doing all right at the moment.
Not Manchester.
Well, we'll go into that. Anyway, yeah, it's been, I know it's probably just been a week since our last update, but we just got a plethora of absolute shit shows of announcements at silly times and silly things, but we won't go into that until the end, but we did get a lot of, well, technically we've got everything announced now, haven't we? Officially?
Apart from the food.
Yeah, well, we've got a little snippet of the food as well. So let me move over to what I think was our first announcement for the evening. Which was scares our first, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember which one was which. Right, we shall go over to.
I really don't think it matters what order you see our mate, tell the truth. It was all in the same week.
Well, what I'll do is I'll start off with the easiest one that I've got up at now. I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll start up with this one that I'm happy about. I don't know about everyone else. He's back.
For the people who are listening, because there's no sound of it, it's Chucky, the popcorn bucket.
Oh, why that's not gone through? Press the sound button. It does it every time, this. Anyway. Let's try it again.
Oh, he's gone.
There we go. I can hear it, but no one else can. So, as you can hear, and you can probably see.
Hey, Chucky.
Now on, no more Mr. Good Guy.
Yeah. Chucky's back. The popcorn bucket. For me, it looks exactly the same as a normal popcorn bucket. It's just that they've painted a little bit on his face.
Better than last year's.
It's the exact same one. I guarantee that. I guarantee that them.
Simon, are you buying it this year?
Yeah, too. I'm buying it.
See?
So I'll stop that because that's still playing in the background on my computer.
I can't hear it. Don't worry.
No, I turned it on. Turned the music off. So with that announcement, we got of Chucky coming back. That was at Hollywood and Orlando, I believe.
Don't ask me. I'm really bad with Hollywood. I'm not going to even lie anymore.
No worries. So what I will do now is I'll show you this. If you're looking on the screen, if you're not looking on the screen, Orlando Informer, Universal announced that a Chucky Tumbler is also available for this year.
That can't be a proper one, with the proper, as I show on the screen, the little metal bit. Yeah. What keeps it cool? That can't be the same type of one. It looks a lot cheaper.
Yours is like a flask tumbler.
Yeah.
And these ones are just the plastic ones that you can put cold or hot drinks into. They don't keep them hot or cold for long, I don't think. But
so we just call them plastic cups.
Because I think yours is classed as it's like a thermos kind of thing, isn't it?
So we'll call that tumbler what we call them in England, plastic cups.
Yeah. We don't know how much they are, but we did tweet out a few. I think it was a couple of months ago. I think actually it was Julie's birthday. I remember when I did it in June. That don't be surprised if Chucky's not back. And here he is showing his little face again,
without the scars.
Yeah, with scars.
Wouldn't it be cool if wouldn't it be cool if they with that drink, a hot or cold drink, would make the scars show up on his face on the picture?
That would be. Yeah, that would make sense. But Doubt it.
Hey, Universe, what idea for next year's one?
So actually, I'll flick it through as it is on the screen. They're in actual time order, not actual thingy order, so it's weird. But if you're looking at that, and that looks like it is supposed to be a toffee apple.
So we're talking about the Horror Nights food.
Yeah, it's Horror Night food that's popped up. This is called. I'll flick the screen over so I can see. It's all messed up everywhere. This. See what I mean?
Just go to your big page, the wrong one, mate, and then you'll be able to tell. Simon's having a there. There it is.
It just skips it straight. It's called the poison apple. It's called this majorly sweet dessert is worth killing for, with caramel mousse on the outside, chunks of Granny Apple Smith's apples on the inside, guys with chocolate cookie crumbs and a gummy centipede. Why didn't you just
take the apple out, mate? And I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, but it looks like a toffee apple, but they've not made a toffee apple. They've just put toffee apple pieces inside of something that looks like an apple.
But the garnished chocolate cookie crumbs and the gummy centipede does sound absolutely divine, but I wouldn't buy it just for them 2 little bits.
No, because it's literally what it is. It's crushed up cookies and a gummy worm. So we've got another bit of food. If you look on the picture, this is what they're calling the heartbeat tostada. Julie's actually really, it does look quite nice. It's not something I would be interested in. Yeah, but it's not something Julie's quite looking forward to it. But it's this.
Our friend Nick Branch will like that.
Yeah, it says this vegan and gluten-free tostada will get your blood pumping with braised ground beets, hearts of palm, hummus, and vegan goat cheese in a corn tortilla. So everything on that does not sound nice to me.
Ground beets, nope. Hearts of palm. What the hell's hearts of palm?
All I can think of is it's them little green things.
Why? Because if it was the red things, I would have said, doesn't that just look like?
Well, that's the beets. That's the beetroot.
Yeah.
So
we use the right words.
Yeah.
Hummus and vegan goat cheese. Do you know what? I wish Nick was here today because he'd be able to tell us about this because he's a vegetarian vegan himself, isn't he? So
well, Julie likes goat cheese, and she eats more goat cheese than normal cheese because obviously she a condition she's got. So she said she's going to try it, so we might get a sample of it, but I won't. I might try it, but I'm not a lover of beetroot. I just don't like.
If you do try any food from Horror Nights this year, do a little video, send it over to me, and I'll put it onto our TikTok.
Yeah, we will. I'm going to give you updates as best we can. So we'll just move on to the next one. Well, actually, we'll talk about this, where this one actually came from originally.
Who rude was that? Wow.
Well,
what a rude status.
But Halloween Horror Nights did eventually announce that good things come to those who wait. Details coming soon about a Blumhouse scare zone. Should we go into what they actually... I'll tell you what, I'll put the screen off so I can watch our faces about it. What did they do? They decided to put out the stage with the shape of the Blumhouse with the big BH on it at the beginning of the day. Didn't say anything, and then later on in the afternoon, they sent some team members down to cover it up. And then at what time is it? Just gone midnight UK time? Some stupid time.
I can't think it was like, was it 2 a.m. or something? I can't remember now.
Maybe 2 a.m. It was really late in the day for us. Obviously very late later for us than it was for the Americans. But yeah, it's super cool. Saying that Blumhouse is coming to the scare zone in San Francisco. So I don't know who messed up, whether it was the media team, whether it was the prep team, whatever it was. But they covered it over.
What mess ups have we had this year for houses and scare zones? We've had merch shown too early from the back. Some other that's a bit naughty, but we've had the website one, haven't we?
Yes, and then we've had
now we've had people putting a scare zone out. This is a team who is not communicating.
Yeah, and we've had the final leak of all the scare zones and the final house, which we'll get to because we've got it here, to release to the team members before it was.
But whatever. Yeah, but that's a team. Sorry if you listen, any team members, but whatever team member did that was a dick.
Well,
but I know what's happened. They've shared it to a friend, and a friend's probably shared it.
Yeah. So we decided to have a bit of fun with it. If you watch it on screen,
I think everyone did.
Yeah. we decided to put out, wow, we never knew this was coming. Great work this year, keeping everything secret. So it's a nice bit of joke and a laugh. So then let's move on to the final house announcement for HHN. I actually think they've got just a straight picture of that one. I don't know. I'll just leave that one up. See, it just jumps everywhere.
It is jumping. I'll give you that. It's jumping all over the place today, mate.
No, I'll just go this way and try and put the big. See, it's not got the big picture.
Oh, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
YouTube people like reading anyway.
No, you're going to have to listen to me try and read this one because I don't want to read this at all.
Do you want me to read it?
You can read that bit if you want, because I've actually got the press release one as well.
Well, I'll do this one here while I get to the press release anyway. Haunting House announcement, Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodlines. Get caught in an epic battle of Saskia Van Helsing and the Bride of Frankenstein going up against Dracula's daughter and her monstrous mavens. Tickets are now sell.
Yeah, well, Phil got the easy bit. I'll try to give you a little bit of an insight. I don't think it's spoilers for the house, but it does give you a bit of backside behind. Background.
Hey, where's your mind going today?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I've kind of got one eye on the Grand Prix at the same time. It's weird. Right, so the Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines Haunted House will introduce guests to the all-new Terrified storyline as they find themselves in the centre of the ultimate battle between two unexpected alliances of classic female Universal monsters. Fans will encounter Saskia Van Helsing, a new fearless huntress. She faces off with Dracula's daughter, Countess Maya, who arose from the dead to seek revenge for her father and destroy Van Helsing's bloodline. With a mission to kill Dracula's daughter from 1936, Dracula's Daughter forms a deadly alliance with She-Wolf, inspired in the 1946 film She-Wolf of London, and Axon Solomon from the 1932 movie The Mummy, only to be intercepted by Saskia and the unlikely ally, the Bride of Frankenstein. The terrifying adventure will take guests on a journey between the hunted and the hunters in a life and death battle with only one bloodline left to survive.
One, congratulations, Simon. You did really well there.
I did that quite well.
But two, that was nearly as long as a HHN365 episode.
That's not even all of it. That's just the first paragraph.
Oh my God, continue, mate. Oh my God.
No. Mate, it's about 20 paragraphs long. It goes in as a whole. It literally says that.
It's a female Universal Monsters house, people. There you go.
Yeah. And then it goes on so that the music will be done in Hollywood by Slash. So I'm just synopsing it a little bit. And an Emmy award-winning composer Sarah Bone will create an original score for the all-new Haunted House. Recent work was on BBC's Planet Earth 3. So that's just a bit quick synopsis of what else is coming along from that. I think I did that one quite well, to be fair. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? We've got a lot to get through on this one, and we don't want to be here all week, do we? And back to the screen. So, yes, we got. I'll tell you what, I'll skip that one. I'll move to the next one. Duality of Fear, a new scare zone. It says, as soon as you enter Halloween Horror Nights, you must choose a path. The visceral horror of sinister or the unearthly terror of surreal. So, if you know Halloween Horror Nights, as you walk in, it splits left, it splits right. This is where the scare zone is going to be. One way is going to go towards the sinister side of Halloween Horror Nights, and one side will go to the surreal side of Halloween Horror Nights. From what we're hearing, sinister side will be on the left, headed towards Torture Fair, which is over in Hollywood, and then surreal will be moving us over to our next scare zone, Demon Queens. See how this little segue? I've done quite well with this
5 queens.
Yeah. So
I talk about queens. Did you watch the Olympic open ceremony? Yeah,
nope,
very controversial. That's isn't it? If you've heard about
wasn't my cup of tea anyway.
Wow.
Great for all the Olympians, and you're showing your case on the big stage. But Olympics is just not my thing since I got injured when I was a kid, and I hated it ever since. Anyway,
you got injured at the Olympics?
I was a very, very good hurdler and triple jumper.
Not that good.
Jonathan Edwards said I could have been potential, but I blew my knee out when I was
Yeah.
14. So,
Jimmy Ford
unfortunately,
Hasselbank said I could have been a great goalkeeper. And I was shit and goal.
well, I don't know if people understand this, but I used to be able to jump 14.5 meters on triple jump at 14-year-old.
I
So,
can do that. I can
I
do
used to
that
be
now
able
on
to
my
do it
belly.
quite well, but then I blew my knee out and I've not been able to do it since. Anyway, get caught in the otherworldly hellscape ripped from the darkest corners of your mind. 4 merciless queens, loyal to surreal rule, surrounded by hordes of factual followers. Whatever. So yeah, one side of the skirt zone is going to be leading into demon queens, and the other one will lead you into tortures first. So it's kind of bringing the skirt zones together.
Demon Queen to be better.
Yeah. So, and if you look at the picture, I think I've got a better, clearer picture of that one on the screen for people on YouTube. Supposedly that person in the middle is surreal, and your demon queens are on the side with a bit like a Zodiac theme.
Oh, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that at Horror Night. That's like a very clever new idea.
So, yeah, I think that is most of it. Yep, that's everything I've got on there tonight, I think.
I'm trying to think if there was
Nothing's off
anything
screen.
else.
Uh,
Obviously, you want to show a few photos of what we saw for some of the houses.
yeah, well, that's what I'm going into now. Just getting that back up.
And then after that,
again.
I'll do everyone's comments on everything I asked.
Yeah, so it's good that we got this back in the UK. It's also a bit bittersweet that we weren't invited. We're not that big, so don't worry.
In all
Universal.
fairness, though, there's probably something you can sign up for, mate, and we've never done it.
Well, yeah, but the person who did all these tweets, all these pictures are from Darren Scott. He's the editor of the SFX magazine, so he was at this, and it was a media event in London, and it gave you a bit of an insight into some of the houses and what to expect.
Can I just say,
yeah,
this is where you need to watch us on YouTube, people, because you're missing some really good photos here.
Yeah, so if you're not watching, I'll try to best describe it. This kind of shows the artwork for Monstrous, the monsters of Latin America. It's just a big slideshow.
Can I just say that would make a brilliant poster? Get rid of the blue bit around the edge, just the actual monstrous thing. Oh,
well, that's
brilliant.
kind of linking into the Demon Queens, isn't it? They're kind of they're trying to link everything together.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying, if I just wanted monstrous on own, that would be a brilliant poster, framed like behind some glass.
Yeah. So, and then we got a visual of what what would you say? Would you say this is what do they call it? A rendering?
I'm going to say spoilers, by the way, people.
Yeah, there is spoilers in this. But this is in Scare Zone anyway. So it's got the plans of what the Scare Zone is going to look like, sort of. And if you go onto YouTube, have a look at Super Enthused recent update, you'll see that you can see this is kind of making forms. These are the masks of some of the zombies from Zombie of the Undead.
They're not the best masks, mate. Let's be serious. There's a lot better ones coming up.
Yeah, but the thing is, then with these zombie ones, you're not really going to see the detail that much, because it's going to be very foggy. It's going to be dark, dingy, but it does look well. Then we've got some of the possible monsters from Goblin Feast.
Jimmy and Joe. Yes. Jimmy and Joe.
Which one's which?
We'll see.
Actually, don't you say it. Let the listeners and people on YouTube let us know in the comments. Let us know which one is me, which one's Joe, and which one's Phil. One, two, three. One from the left to the right. Which one's which? Yes, so these are masks from Goblin Feast.
Wouldn't you like to buy them?
I like the one on the one on the far left. I do like that.
Yeah, the far left or the far right are the strongest too. But it's hard to say about the other one because we haven't got a front-on view on it really.
It kind of reminds me of a deformed version of BFG.
That's good then. Oh, BFG.
If you wonder what that is, that's the big friendly giant. And then we've got some more insight into Monstrous. I believe this was actually it was an animatronic in Hollywood last year.
Yeah, I believe they're going to do the same here as well.
So it's I can't even say that. I don't even know.
La
It was
Lacusa.
yeah, something like that. But it's a bird woman. Um, it's yeah, a bird woman grabbing hold of somebody, and looks like she's going to eat them anyway. And then we got a stage plan and the costumes for Tortured Fair, which if you look in New York at Universal Studios, that stage that's opposite Macy's, where the potential tribute store is going to be. Because I'll get to that in a minute. That's where the stage
Tribute
will be
Castle.
for. Yeah, it's very, very medieval because it's torture for. But I think they are going for a kind of a British royal torture thing because we've got a lot of history when it comes to this medieval thing. On another podcast I did listen to, Ash from RIP so says if they could do jousting in this, with people jousting in it properly, I think that would
Can
go
we
down
just
well,
have?
but I don't know.
Can we just have the knights that say? "Nee."
Oh, oh, what's that?
The Holy Grail,
Thinking that
mate.
in it. Life of Brian.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail, mate. Life
That's
of
it.
Brian is
Yeah.
about the fake Jesus.
Yes, I know. I get mixed up. They all blur into one because most of the time my cheeks are hurting because I'm laughing too much. But yeah, there's a couple of pictures. You've got like a royal king and a royal queen covered with a bit of blood and splatter, and looks like they're carrying a mace. Interesting. Then we got what I think is what was it the Rotting Stone? Supposedly it's going to be the main hub of the museum Deadly Exhibit Haunted House. I can't read that very well because it's a decent picture, but it's
Yeah, that's going to be the thing that brings everything alive.
yeah.
Curse what? It's going to be a cursed
I
stone.
think it's going to be like a play on the Rosetta Stone, but called the Rotting Stone potentially. So opening soon, so it's all new for 2024. Oh,
Interesting.
there's a little interesting thing. It says presented by the Museum of International Folklore. That's kind of bringing into Torture Fair a little bit. That's folklore. Yeah, I think I can see where they're trying to bring everything together, but it's going to take a bit.
This mask
doing.
is well. This is
Yeah.
just
Yeah. So if you are watching on screen, this is a picture of Major Sweets Candy Factory House. It's got the facade picture of what is potentially going to be like walking into a sweet factory, and a new character. So if you don't know who this character is, I'm not going to say his name yet because I'm going to send you over to Universal's podcast. Listen to the Major Sweets one. It does contain a few spoilers in the house, but it does give you a background story to what the house is going to entail.
and
we have Major Sweets' what henchman should we call him? Toffee.
sort of, yeah.
So he's the one who's actually doing all the killing, not Major Sweets. Major spoiler there, people. But yeah, this mask looks pretty
like
good.
me on a Saturday night out. It does that mask.
It's Harper Crawley, isn't it?
Yeah, the women.
And then over to
I love
what
this
I
mask.
think. Yeah, to what I think is going to be. We will. I'm going to do a hype list anyway, but at the moment, this is where it's going to start to show you where my loyalty lies. It's a mask, a couple of masks from Slaughter Cinema 2. We've got a mask of the Skull Heavy Metal Hell 3D. Looks a little bit different to the one that came out at in Orlando. What was it? No.
I know what you mean. Don't worry about it.
When the character came out, when they actually announced that Slaughter Cinema 2 was coming back.
Yeah.
And then we have another potential film, Mardi Gras Murders. And it's like a Mardi Gras mask looks very well stitched. Yeah, it's very well stitched together. It's very similar to Jack.
Can I just say, I would buy this mask for $50. It's that good. I love this mask. For a Halloween mask, this is legit.
Yeah, this would be one of them masks that you may be able to purchase because they did do them with what was it? Killer Clowns. You could buy them, but you couldn't. You had to pick them up on your way out of the event. You couldn't keep them on you. But that's 19 of 19. Yeah. So that's my last picture on this slideshow. So
that was fantastic. I suppose I should get into what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Okay, we asked on the many social media sites and X people, you really let us down this time. But don't worry, Facebook, you really were good. So, HHE Podcast, we have a big episode to record Sunday. We love to read your views and your opinions on the free scare zones and the Universal Monsters. I don't know why I said free scare zones, by the way. I suppose it was, yeah, Blumhouse. Please comment below and blah, 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 like I always do. So, obviously, one of the two from X, Megs is ready for HHN. Excited for
Cheers,
the
Megs.
Monsters House. Excited for the Monsters House, always a favourite for the year. Really interested in the concept behind scare zones more than recent years. Sexy, creepy females, I'm all here for. Hoping for over the top props. We'll see with parade route being used again. Love you all. Okay, we got a few shorties now, and then we can talk things over.
So
quickly.
I'm reading something else.
Yeah, so far looks great. That was from Mike Kovacs or something. Sorry if by the way, but if I butcher your names, I do apologize. Florida Phil Campbell, he's coming very well commenting, liking the look. Katrina Molden hair.
No idea.
Yeah, it's a very long surname. Mold N hair. Oh, it's probably Morda hair, something like that. So Scottish, but I've probably just butchered it. I love the concepts behind these original houses and scare zones. Some of the greatest houses have ever come across Halloween Horror Nights have been original ideas. As excited as I am to go through Insidious and Ghostbusters, I am more excited to see the creativity in the originals.
Yeah, there's a
Fair
lot
enough.
of people. There is a lot of people who've not
Feels
done the
more that way,
originals as
yeah.
much, and they're starting to be swayed over now.
We
So,
have Mr.
we'll see.
Ian Parker. No offense, but this lineup this year looks very boring with the big IPs. I didn't really everyone comment underneath him. I think they were arguing with him, but that's his opinion and he's allowed it. If he's not excited, he's not excited. So
Yeah,
let's just get that straight,
everyone-
people. Yeah.
We've always said everyone's entitled to an opinion.
Yeah.
And if you don't like something, by all means, say you don't like it. It's
Oh,
fine.
and you've gone quiet.
I'm still here.
I've lost the
Yeah.
sound of Simon.
I'm still here.
I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, people, as we try and figure out, I'm going to quickly pause us.
I can see my audio going up and down.
Sorry,
We're
people,
back.
Simon doesn't know where to
Sorry
stop.
about
That was my fault, actually, people. My
Shut
Bluetooth just cut out on my headphones. Like I figured it out quite quickly. It was only 30 seconds we were gone.
Be cheap and get a cable. Less.
No, longer than my sex life. Anyway, Mark Schenk. We've done you, so thank you very much. We've got Mr. Craig Willicks all over your body. Sorry, Craig Davis. David. The Universal Monsters. Do I do it in a Scottish accent? No. The Universal Monsters.
We'll lose the one listener we've got up there, which is great.
Maybe. The Universal Monsters house are always great. Not always great, in my opinion. I'm glad that there are some different characters this year. I like the concepts behind Duality of Fear and Demon Queens. Both sound good. Hoping we get the grabbers in the Blumhouse zone and Michael Myers. What's a very good point, by the way, about Myers. Would be a nice surprise. Yeah, he's Michael Myers thing. I didn't even think about that. And then I remember the last three houses were made by Blumhouse, weren't they? So Michael Myers can easily be in that scare zone.
It's possible, but I think they're going to go for the original stuff in the Blumhouse.
I think you put him in there just
No.
a sheer fact because he's Halloween Horror Nights. He's known for the event. Who else would you put in there then? Would you try and put in the rubbish movie that was that computer game? I can't remember his name now. The bears, the robots. Five Nights at Freddy.
Potentially, because if you do look, they have got two stages on either side of
With four
San
sides,
Francisco, and they've got like a partition in the middle, so you could have potentially 4, maybe even 8, depending on how you want to do it. But if you're going to do 4, the 4 I would do would be the mask guy from Blackphone.
Oh, easy choice.
Megan, the
Yeah.
Megan Horde. Potentially a swap out character of Five Nights at Freddy. So you've not got them all in, but you've just got one, and then you change it out all the time, so you can get people to come back to the scare zone more often.
I believe the guy from the Black Film was called the Grabber, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's the one I think he means.
And
see, that's why
I don't
Michael
know.
Myers fits, because you want things that are going to stick out, and it does fit in.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 4 that potentially I would say I would bring. But like I said, we don't know what's going to be coming until more details are released.
It's going to be yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting mixed review of things this year. Some people are looking forward to the event, some people ain't.
Yeah, it's one of those, because this event is a very, very original heavy compared to what a lot of people are used to. I can see why people are a bit skeptical of how it's going to be, because they're so used to having a massive IP, then a few other smaller IPs, and then the originals are just thrown in there to eat some of the crowd. But Universal do their best stuff with the originals, in my personal opinion, and they've got a clean slate. If they've got 6 original houses, I think it's 60-40, depending on what you think about with the female monsters. But they've got a lot more they can potentially show you. They can. It's not like a stereotypical scare house where you're in, you see the lineage of the film, and then you're out. Where this one, you get told a story. I think some of the last couple of houses of the year have been originals. So I think a lot of people are swayed in that way. And there's also a lot of people swayed in the other way, where they say, well, I'm here for the IPs. That's what I'm paying all this money for. This is what I'm going to be doing. And this is what I want to see. It'd be interesting to see how it comes off at the end of the event, see how it actually unfolds. Because I do like the idea of this new skirt, I'm going to put air quotes of new scare zone at the entrance. Because you put something in Production Central where in between Minions and the new shooting Minions thing, it's too narrow. Nothing, you can't really show much in there. But pulling it back further where it's outside the Hello Kitty house or shop, and then it leads into Hollywood and that way, you've got a bit more of an open space. It does cause a bit of a bottleneck, in my opinion, because it's the entrance of the event. But it worked last year with Dr. Oddfellow. Kind of worked a little bit, I think, but we'll see how it does. And I do like the idea that you got to pick which side you want to go down first, whether you're in a surreal mood or you're in a torture mood.
Actually, it's very simple. The real name for this should be: do you want to go IP route or do you want to go originals route?
Yes, that's just reminded me of that actually. Have I got a finished spec map from him?
I do not know. Oh, by the way, but while he's looking at people, I know you're asking the burning question, where is Joe? This is more down to me. I wanted to crawl this through the daytime. Joe is busy with his children, and
Yes.
we didn't even ask him to do it, truthfully. Joe, it's not against you, mate. We want you back on obviously every episode, but I know you have children,
Yeah.
and with school holidays, they come first.
Yes, I haven't got it with me.
Deary dear.
Weird. Why have I not got that with me?
Because you forgot about it because there's been so many announcements in 1 week.
Yeah. I'll just go onto Twitter and find it that way. That'd be the easiest thing to do.
Yes,
Talk them up yourself, people.
yes, talk to me. How are you? Really? What have you been up to? How many nights you planning to go to Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know on social media.
Did you get an express pass?
What?
I still find it. Sorry, sorry. I know I upset a few American people about me saying "suck it up, buttercups," and I still feel that way.
So
First come, first serve.
we'll do this as quickly as we can. If you're not looking on YouTube, get yourself over there, because we have got the finished potential spec map or from HHN Nightmares. Well, as quickly as you can see, we've got Monstrous on the left as you walk in, then you've got A Quiet Place, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, followed by Insidious and Triplets of Fear, which are kind of like the Hollywood area, New York area, sorry.
Yeah.
Outside that area, you've got the Torture Fair, which is over in the New York bit. And then you head towards Fast and Furious, where you're going to hit Major Sweets Candy Factory. And then San Francisco area, you're going to have the Blumhouse Scare Zone. They've got the Death Eaters in Hollywood, in Diagon Alley, which we do know that they are coming back. And then you head round towards where the Fear Factor stage is, Nightmare Fuel is going to be there. Then you've got the two new houses, tent houses towards the back of the Fear Factor stage. Looks like we're going to have Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines and Goblin Feast. And then back where the original tents are, it looks like we're going to have Slaughter Cinema 2 and the Museum of Deadly Exhibits. And then if you want to carry on with the full lap, we're going to hit Swamp of the Undead in Central Park and then Demon Queens in Hollywood.
Yeah, what means they're not going through DreamWorks this year.
No.
I did wonder if they'd bring it back, but obviously, probably the same as Minions as last year. They probably don't want anything in it this time.
Yeah, they'll put some queues through there, probably. We still have to do the ET queue and walk through that show towards the back of the park for the tent houses. But we'll see what planning comes up. We'll know more about this in a month's time because the event starts in just over a month. I think it's 32 days as we're recording this.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Unmasking the Horror Tour starts in 3 weeks. So I think, guys, that is what we're going to call it a day on that. I think. So
yeah, great episode.
If you did like this and you're listening to it on any podcast app, give us a 5-star review on the podcast app of choice. We now are on Podbean, so if you want to follow us over on there. You can still follow us at all the usual places. It does get distributed, so you can get it from any podcast app you usually listen to. If you are watching us, can you hit that thumbs up and like button on YouTube? Give us a subscribe. It makes it a little bit easier. And hit that little bell notifications to let us know when, lets you know when another episode has been released. You can follow us on all the socials at HHE Pod and at HHE Pod. At HHE Pod 1 on TikTok. I think that's really it.
Pretty much it. Thank you, everybody,
for
listening.
So, from you, what are you going to say? What's your outro going to be?
Oh, it's always the same now. See you in your nightmares and stay epic.
Well, from Joe, who's not here, it's Sweet Screams, is it?
Nope, it's good night and sweet screams.
Good night and sweet screams.
I saved you, Joe.
And for me, Halloween is not just for Halloween. It's all year round. Phil's face.
See everyone.
Bye.